Welcome, 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 everybody. We are back. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Welcome. We are here with TikTok. Okay, TikTok is always the first ones, right? Because it's the largest platform and it's sporadic. Okay, not saying that you guys aren't, but TikTok, just the algorithm is different. All right, so welcome back. I know it's been a couple days. It's been crazy, but we're back. We're back. We're back. I missed y'all. I know. I missed y'all too. Okay, but we are here. All right, we are here. I've had to take some time to be out in nature, right? Because what kind of healer, right? Because that's what I am. What kind of healer would I be if I'm not healing myself with spiritual medicine, right? What do I look like? What do I look like not being in nature, y'all? I'm gonna be in nature because the more I'm in nature, the more downloads I receive, and the more I can connect and have the energy to be able to pour into y'all. Okay. I just got the notification on YouTube that you're live. Bet. Sometimes the notifications work and sometimes they don't. But I'm so happy that you did. Thank you for subscribing. I definitely appreciate that. If you guys have yet to subscribe, make sure you guys do. Okay. Join the tribe on YouTube. I post all of the collective energies up there. All the lives are up there too. So definitely help us build that soul tribe over there. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do the call to prayer. All right, I want to set the tone, set the mood, make sure that we clear out all negativity, make sure that we connect with the right energies tonight. And then I'm gonna go into collective. The list will open. All right. I'm not gonna be on for long. I will say max an hour and a half. Okay, because I want to do my ritual before midnight. So 11:30, I'm capping it. All right. So we're gonna do collective, card pulls, collective, and then the list. And then you also have the opportunity to book me private. All right, but the amount is not the same as you would on live. All right. Excuse me. Somebody is real gassy here. I don't know who, right? Because I was fine. Okay, I was fine. But somebody got some gas. All right, somebody got some gas. I ain't trying to be extra or rude or anything, but y'all know that I have all the senses, okay? And I be feeling people's energies, okay? Um Gut health, all right? Somebody with gut health. Um Something about the stomach. All right. Something about the stomach. I'm definitely sensing somebody's energy. I don't know who that is. Okay. But I definitely feel like heartburn. I feel indigestion. I feel me. Girl. Um, how long have you been having this for? How long have you been having this for? All right, because I'm feeling like all of it. Like it's just a bunch of indigestion. I'm hearing you need to go and you know, just precaution, okay? Just precaution. I'm not a doctor, okay, but I am a healer. I'm old school, okay? And when I sense something, I feel it, I speak on it, okay? I don't hold nothing in. I don't gatekeep. But I'm hearing that you should make a follow-up appointment. Okay. I'm hearing that there could be something going on with your gallbladder. All right. Could be some stones that are starting to appear. Because I'm also feeling like sharp pain out of nowhere sometimes. Get it checked. All right, get it checked. I don't know who wanted to deliver that message for you, but don't sleep on that information. Again, I'm no doctor. I'm no medical professional. I do not have any license or anything like that, but I am very old school and I'm very much connected to medicine, but on the herbal side, okay? And when I sense, I feel, just letting you know. Just letting you know, okay? I just be knowing shit. And those on this live that know that I be knowing shit, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all let her know. Y'all let her know. Y'all let her know how it be over here. I have no reason to lie to nobody, okay? No reason to lie to anybody. I don't gain nothing. I don't gain nothing from that, okay? I'm a big firm believer, okay, that God will grant his chosen gifts, right? And what I do with those gifts is going to be a direct reflection with me and my relationship with God. So I don't hold on things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I feel something, I sense something, I'm gonna let you know. So if you want a reading with me, you can book one on live. Okay, that will be after I do my collective energy, or you could book me private. All right, private sessions are not the same. Okay, I do have a set price on that. And if that's something that interests you, I do have 30-minute and a 60-minute session. You can send me a message on Instagram. Okay, I do not respond on TikTok as there are so many fake accounts. Okay, and I don't want anybody to be confused. I'd rather just Instagram be my portal, and if you don't have Instagram, then we'll find another platform. But TikTok, I'm not going to message you, okay? So if you've messaged me and I ain't respond, that's why. Okay, because I ain't trying to let these people think that they're gonna get one over. And I'm sure that they have, right? And that's their karma because my ancestors don't play about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go ahead and cleanse the energy. I only see 3 shares, y'all. We've been on for 7 minutes and we've got 3 shares. I know y'all motherfucking lying. I know you lying. I know you lying. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Come on. Like, I know y'all be gatekeeping and shit, and I know that y'all want to keep me for yourselves, but I'm meant for the masses, beloveds. I am meant for the masses, okay? When I used to be on here in the beginning, I used to share out my life to everybody, and it would be the same people. It defeats the purpose and preaching to the same people, right? Not saying that I don't enjoy y'all that come back and return, right? But it's a different type of feeling when you can keep adding and adding and adding, right? New people that you never thought that you would have come across, right? And a lot of you, when you guys connect, you start connecting with other people because at the end of the day, all that are tuned in, all of y'all are all organic. Okay, meaning that I did not pay for any of you to be here. I didn't pay for any of your subscriptions. I didn't pay for any of that. Okay, it's natural. You either felt led by my energy, all right, somebody that you love or care about sent you my life. I may come up on your FYP, right? I may come up in some sort of video that you thought was funny, right? You may like my fitness, my poetry, whatever the case may be, right? But we aligned in some way, some sort of fashion, and it was natural. It wasn't forced. It was natural. So that's how I want to keep it, family. You know what I'm saying? This is soul tribe, soul family. I say that all the time. All right. So we are here with purpose. It is not by chance that we came across on the path that we have. So whatever you are, whoever you are, wherever you are in your journey, if you are somebody that wants to enlighten themselves, if you are somebody that is wanting to tap in more into their healing, more into their softer energy, how to balance the two. Look, I'm not saying I'm a guru. I'm not saying I know everything, but I will say that God has really blessed me and I am very knowledgeable. All right. I mean, I'm a life path number 7, for God's sakes. Okay. Like I am very much very deep. I'm not surface level. So if you connect with me, trust and believe, I'm gonna rip that band-aid and I'm gonna make sure that you find the healing that you need. Okay. Because we can't keep running away, right? We can't keep running away. I'm just saying I was that girl and now I'm an empress. Okay, I'm not that scared little child anymore. All right, as a healer, you have to learn to heal yourself before you can heal masses. And I've been on a healing journey and still am. Still am. Okay, I'm not 100%. I'll tell you that. Even today, yo, I have to say this before we get into it because I just want y'all to I want to tell y'all that, I am human too, right? Today, I took my car to go get something checked on it, and I left my car there all day while I was at work. And luckily, I had another vehicle that I could use in the meantime. And by the time I get off a little bit early. The people haven't called me, and it's already like 5 o'clock. And so I called my mom, and she tells me, "Oh yeah, they didn't get a chance to look at it." I said, "What do you mean they didn't get a chance to look at it?" And she was like, "Yeah, they were too busy." And I said, "But they scheduled me in last week, so I had an appointment, and all they had to do was check what was going on with the vehicle." And my mom was like, "Yeah, they were just busy." And I was like, "But they couldn't call me and give me the courtesy." Not only did I leave work, so I'm going in. And I'm telling my mom, like, "Look, please don't take this personal, but I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at the fact that this, didn't go the way that I anticipated." And I had to call my mom back, right? Because we hung up, and I was like really upset. And I called my mom after I went to the gym. I want to say like an hour and a half later. And it didn't feel right in my spirit, the way that I was like handling the situation with my mom, because my mom had nothing to do with the situation, right? So I'm like, "Hey, ma." I just say, "Hey, ma." Because usually I say bendición, you know what I'm saying? But I knew I was like in the wrong in a sense, right? And I said, "Hey, mom." And I said, "Look, I just want to apologize." I said, I don't want you to think that my attitude was towards you, right? It's just the principle for me, right? And this is what my mom said. And it really, really stood out to me when she said it, right? Because I'm somebody that keeps myself very composed, right? In the past, I wasn't like that. I was very quick to react, very quick to anger. Like whatever I felt, oh, I was going to tell you. And my words cut deep, all right? My words cut deep. Not just on a spiritual sense, right? When I speak or in my poetry, but if I condemn you or if I curse you, I feel so sorry for you, because I'm just gonna leave it like that, right? Because my words, they hold truth and meaning. I don't have to do no rituals or anything. I just speak it into, you get what I'm saying? Okay. So I had to apologize and just, tell her like, "Look, I'm sorry." And she was like, "I haven't seen you act out like that in a really long time." I said, "You know what, Ma, you absolutely right, because I never let nobody get me out of character." And when she said that, I had to like reflect on that, because it's so true. Like sometimes something like that, you don't have control over the situation, and it's mechanics. So of course, like they have people that keep coming in, and just shit that keeps piling up, right? And where my thing was so small, I didn't think that, like I thought that they would just fit it in somehow, and they didn't. So it just irritated the fuck out of me. And then that's when I realized, I was like, "You know what? And you have to be kind to people, because you also work with the public." You know what I'm saying? And you know how the public can be, especially customer service. Like they will literally test your energy. Okay? They will test your energy. And I am telling you, Jack, I'm gonna need you to sit the motherfucking back down, because I ain't got time for this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got time for this shit. So it's like, you have to kind of like balance. You got to find that balance, because I'm telling you, we're in the retrograde shadow period. I'm pretty sure we're in the shadow period right now. So there's gonna be like hiccups like that, right? But I feel like that was just something for me that I kind of had to reflect. Like, okay, you still human, like you still get mad, but it's not that serious for you to like, go in like that, right? So don't be like me, because I almost was a Karen today. I almost marched my happy ass into that motherfucking automotive mechanic place, and I was going to tell them something. I was going to tell them about themselves. But and also I would like to add that I called multiple times, and I could not get anybody on the phone. It was like it was like a ring, like, you know what I'm saying? Ding, ding. Like, it, not ding, ding, but like if it was busy and it was just a busy dial tone the entire time. I kid you not, I called like 40 times, bro. I'm like, ain't no way. And honestly, I really felt like they either took the phone off the hook, because that's the only way that I can explain that. Because it ain't no way. Because after 5 o'clock, oh, that phone was ringing. Phone was ringing, y'all. Anyway, let's go ahead and tap into the prayer. All right, and then we're gonna go into card pulls. You gotta make sure you are following, tapping, and sharing the screen, okay? And I will let you know what you need to do in order to put in the energy for a card pull. All right. Padre nuestro que está en los cielos, santificado sea tu nombre. Let's go ahead and put this up real quick before I start. Call the prayer. Boom. 1555. 1555. All right. Padre nuestro que está en los cielos, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga tu reino, hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestra ofensa como también nosotros perdonamos lo que nos ofende. No nos deje caer en la tentación, líbranos del mal. Amén. Ave María, Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo, bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros pecadores, ahora en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén. Gloria al Padre, al Hijo y al Espíritu Santo, como era en el principio, ahora y siempre por los siglos de los siglos. Amén, amén, amén. God, above all, I give you thanks for this time, space, and energy that you're aligning me with the collective. I ask that you please remove my energy as I now tap into the frequency. I ask the angels of divine white light to guide and inspire. I ask that Archangel Michael, you guide and protect. I ask that you guard my crown, guard my aura, watch over me and the collective wherever we are at this time. I ask that you remove any blockages, anybody trying to disrupt or destroy good energy, spirit. I ask that you block out, return that energy back to its original source. At this time, I call upon the Ascended Master for divine connection, divine truth. I call upon my santos, my muertos, la gitana que me acompañan, los indios que me rodean, my son 3, my grandmother Emilia, my best friend Sierra, as they're the ones who protect me on the roam. I ask that the angels of divine white light connect me with those that need messages from spirit at this time for the highest good of all, whatever they need to know. I ask that you align me with them. I also would like to tap in with a collective message for the collective. Whatever energy needs to come up, may it come out in truth. May the receiver receive what they need in order to ascend on their journey. We give all things in gratitude. Ashe, 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 motive be. All right, y'all. We had to do that call to prayer. We have to bless the space. Okay, we don't play. We don't play. We don't play. All right, y'all. So we're gonna do some card pulls. Okay, I'm gonna check if you're following. If you ain't following, don't ask me for shit, beloved. Okay, drop your name and drop your zodiac. What's up, Shannon? How are you, mama? Drop your name and zodiac. Make sure you are following, okay? If I feel drawn to your energy, I will call you. And once I call you, you will drop a sunflower emoji in the chat so I can connect with you, okay? Let's go ahead and tap in, spirit. Holy Spirit, holy angels, divine truth, divine wisdom, divine counsel. At this time, I ask that you align me with the energy. Who needs a message from spirit? Who needs a message? Ooh. Nikki Scorpio, tap in. Nikki Scorpio, tap in. Nikki Scorpio. Nikki Scorpio. Drop a sunflower emoji. Nikki, a sunflower. All right, Nikki. Let's see. Holy Spirit, holy angels, divine truth, divine wisdom, divine counsel. When it comes to Nikki, Nikki, girl, you want to give up. You want to give up. I said it. I said it. I said it. I said it. You want to give up. All right. You feel very weak. Okay. Physically, mentally. Um, you're exhausted spiritually. It just seems like you've gone through your own warfare. Okay. Your own battle. I feel like there is a lot of struggle here. Okay. Notice when I said struggle, my voice cracked, pitched. Okay. Could be some struggle even with pride. Okay. Pride and ego are not going to get you anywhere. All right. I'm just going to tell you. You have been contemplating a lot of things here lately. There's a lot of self-doubt. You're not in the best energy to make any sort of um any sort of you're in no position. How's this I'm trying to say? You're in no position right now, mentally, physically, spiritually, to make any sort of life altering changes. Okay. I don't see you in the comments, but I'm hoping that this is resonating with you. But there is a need for you to like really give yourself a rest, okay? Because it's gonna get to a point where the levels of stress are going to put you into I hate to say this, but again, I have no reason to lie. But if you don't, because I'm feeling like problems with breathing. Okay. I'm feeling very shortness of breath. Okay. Shortness of breath could be something that is aligned. It's a medical condition that you may have. But I feel like you struggle very deeply when it comes to resting or even catching your breath. It just seems like even when you walk, when you pace, when you step, whew, I feel like so winded. I feel so winded. If you do not chill, you're stressed out. I'm telling you right now, my love, you will end up in a stress induced coma. Okay. I hate to say it. I got chills when I say it. Okay. I don't play when it comes to shit like that. I don't play when it comes to shit like that. Oof. Time to wake up, girl. Whatever you got going on, you need to go into your war room. Do you know what a war room is? Let me know if you are familiar with war room. You need to connect. Okay, you need to connect to your war room. That is a movie I would highly, highly, highly recommend it because I feel like there's going to be things there that are going to uplift you in more ways than you can think of. All right, I'm hearing that because you need it. You need it. Okay, I sense very, very fatigued. You're not eating properly. You're not sleeping properly. It's a lot of things that are going on physically with you. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Um, I feel like distant energy healing could be something that would be useful to you. Okay. Um, but that's up to your discretion. Okay. I'm gonna say that. And I know I keep saying okay, but I feel like this is somebody from your spiritual court that is telling you like things are going to be okay, but you're gonna need to trust in the guidance that's being provided to you. Um but yeah, I would definitely recommend the distant healing. I am a Reiki practitioner, so you see what I'm saying? I can barely say a sentence, and that was fine. I was fine. There was no, thank you for the heart me. There was no, I wasn't having any issues, but as soon, and that's what I tell y'all, right? Anytime I tap into your energy, I tap in. Like when I say I tap in, I feel everything. You may not feel it, but I feel it. You get what I'm saying? That's why I don't read too many people, because that alone is very draining on me physically. Excuse me. You also have gut health issues. Okay? You also have gut health issues. Um I don't know when you've had yourself checked, but I definitely do see you. I see you making an appointment. There could be some tests that may be ran, okay? Because I see some tests that are gonna be ran, or maybe you've already done some tests. But yeah, girl, that's what I'm picking up on your energy, my love. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your frequency. I release your energy. Ashe to the ancestors in advance, motive being. Spirit, align me with the next frequency, please. Who needs a message from Spirit? Align me with the energy. For the highest good of all, Spirit. Who do you have a message for? Thank you for the gifts, you guys. Ooh. All right, let's see. Danielle Cancer. Danielle Cancer, tap in. Danielle Cancer, tap in. Danielle Cancer. Danielle Cancer, Spirit, for the highest good of all. When it comes to Danielle, what does she need to know? For Danielle, Spirit, align me with her highest self messages. Whatever she needs to know in the current energy. For Danielle. Danielle Cancer, Spirit. Danielle. Um have you recently taken a break from somebody that you were talking to? um I don't want to say that this is like a well, let me, this is somebody that is definitely somebody that you were, I don't want to say intimate with, but you could be like courting, dating, trying to get to know. Did you recently kind of like step away from a situation? Yes, my husband. Okay, so you guys are like separating. Is that what you're saying? You're taking a rest, like you're separating, or because I definitely sense that the energy between the two has definitely shifted, and it is definitely on his end. It seems like he's very hot and cold, and he doesn't provide you what it is that you need to be emotionally fulfilled, spiritually fulfilled, or connected. I feel like there's a major disconnect between the two of you. A spirit is showing me like batteries, so I feel like, yes, he left me with nothing. I was about to say, like, batteries, right? They drain. And I definitely feel like one was always being powered up because it just kept taking away from the other battery. That's what Spirit was showing me. It seems like this person really drew a lot from you. Okay. And not only did they drew a lot from you, right? But they left a lot of disappointment for you. Okay, they left so much disappointment. I feel like this was something that um you know it wasn't something that you probably anticipated. I feel like what happened with the situation, you know how like something like out of nowhere, just like either somebody overreacts or feels a certain type of way about something. It's like the most pettiest things is what causes like the biggest arguments. I'm definitely feeling like something like that could have transpired with this connection. Okay, I feel like out of nowhere things just kind of just went left, and it kind of left you like, what the fuck, like, Like, did that really just happen? Because I feel like, just like confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel confused. Like, how did we even get here is what I'm getting. Um, but there, I do see that you guys are taking a break from one another. I feel like there's a need for you to really meditate and really sit within yourself and really define the situation. Okay. Sometimes you have to retreat and seek your own solitude to gain a perspective, right? If you're under this person all the time, you're not going to be able to see the breakthrough. Like, there's a need for you to really separate yourself from this individual. That way you can recoup your energy, because I really do feel like this person has really drained you in every which way. Okay. If you would like to book and tap in and get more, you're more than welcome to book me private. You can send me a message on Instagram. Okay. I am going to go into collective energy, y'all. You guys are more than welcome to stick around. Him and his mom put me and our daughter out of our marital home. Wow. That is crazy. I'm so sorry, my love. Listen, not saying that anybody deserves that, right? But certain situations happen for a reason, and you know, we end up prolonging. Not saying that that's what happened here, right? But we end up prolonging because we hold on to attachments out of fear of being alone. So sometimes what happens is when we refuse to let go and walk away, right? God will humble you, and it will literally, like, God will literally put you out and teach you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't see how bad this person is, but I'm gonna show you how bad it's gonna get, right? And then you're gonna finally see what I've been trying to tell you, but because you refuse to see, now you must fall, is what I'm hearing. Oof, got chills. You refuse to see what everybody sees. You want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You can't live on um you can't live off of potential. Oof. I'm just going. They said, girl, listen. One thing about me, okay, not saying that I don't feel bad for people when they get in those situations, but listen, beloved, I'm very big on accountability. Very big on it, right? Because I hold myself accountable. But one thing is, you can't depict the picture one way without realizing that you also have something to do with why that picture is the way that it is, right? Now, again, I'm not saying that it's all you, right? But it takes two. It do. It takes two to start an argument. It's two to not agree on something. It takes two. So I feel like God, there's lessons that need to be learned here. And it's to use discernment. And when you see a red flag, see it for what it is. All right. I'm going to go into collective, y'all. I'm going to do a short collective. All right. Short collective. Yeah, for sure. Send me a DM on Instagram, okay? Please do not message me here on TikTok. Just send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is linked on my page, okay? We're gonna go into collective, you guys. A collective energy is a general message, okay? Doesn't matter what zodiac you have. Doesn't matter if you're a divine masculine, divine feminine. This is just a general message of the current energy. So some things may apply to you and some things may not. Okay. Please do not force a story if it does not fit. Now, if the reading does resonate, right, and you would like to gain more clarity, you do have the opportunity to join the list. All right. The minimum donation is a $15 donation. That is a spirit led reading. But I do have other in depth readings as well that you could book on live, or you could book me private. Okay, all of those options are available. To see all of that, you can go into my Linktree in my bio, and I have it on every platform. So if that is something that interests you, again, I do have privates. Those are 30-minute and 60-minute sessions. All right. And they're through Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, then I can do either WhatsApp or FaceTime. All right. The reason why I do video is because there is a lot of scammers out here who pretend to be me. So I want you to see my face when I'm giving you the reading. Okay. That's why I do it like that. How do I send? If you go to my profile right here, you're going to go to my Linktree. It's in my bio. All right. And then you'll see where you can send payment. I have Apple Pay, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, and I also accept through Chime. All of that is in there. But I'm going to go ahead and do a quick collective general. So if you guys want to look at my Linktree, just kind of get a feel of what I have there. I also am a psychic medium. So I do receive messages from those who have transcended. So I do offer mediumship services as well. If that's something that you guys would like to book, you guys can go ahead and do that as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and tap in. Spirit, for the collective that I am picking up, what is the current energy? What is the current energy for the collective, Spirit? Align me with those at this time, as my messages are timeless. Ask that the angels of divine white light guide me and use me as a vessel as I now channel the messages from the ethers. Let's tap in for the collective, Spirit. What is the current energy? What is the current energy for my beautiful collective, Spirit? What is the current energy? Ooh, we got the 9 of Pentacles. Knowing your worth. Are we knowing our worth, beloveds? Yes. Yes. With the yellow. Okay. Okay. Yes. Big on standing on your worth. Okay. I feel like for a lot of you, you've already cut. You've already cut what didn't align for you. Who just sent that Apple Pay? Somebody just sent Apple Pay. 931 number. Who just sent that? I did. Okay. Madison. Hey, girl. Damn, Jenny, it's been a minute. It really has, girl. Madison, is that your name, mama? Okay, perfect. I got you on the list after the collective, okay? Nah, for real. Life has been life and for real. Well, girl, you just stepped in. Step into my office, beloved, because we just started collective, okay? So, for a lot of y'all stepping into your worth. A lot of you guys are very, very, very self-reliant, very independent. A lot of you guys are bosses, okay? You guys know how to handle yourself. You guys are is that you again, mama? I think you just text me again. I can't see it, but I'll check it here in a moment, okay? But a lot of you are done, like it's like after a moment of failed attempts, after a moment of failed relationships, after a moment of just not feeling fulfilled, right? Just feeling like um not seen, not heard. Like I really do feel like a lot of you guys channeled all of that energy, right? Wanting that validation, wanting to be seen. It's like you're like, you know what? I'm gonna give it to me. I'm gonna give it to me. I can't expect anybody else to give it to me. I have to give it to me. So for a lot of you, it's like you've depended on yourself for your own emotional support, for your own emotional balance. For a lot of you, for your financial stability. A lot of you guys have had to only depend on you, and because you've depended on you, you've been able to flourish. Okay, you've been able to gain traction in your goals. You've been able to complete certain projects because you are pouring into you. You have now come to realize what your worth is, and because you know your worth, you know that you're worthy of so much. Your standards, you have standards. Okay, you definitely have standards. You know, you don't let things just pass. You know what I'm saying? You don't let things just kind of slide by like you used to. Like, I really do feel like you have really stepped into this role of maturity, this role of ingenuity, because I feel like a lot of you guys too are very like um you're very techie, very hands-on. Okay. Some of you guys, chat gpt is something that you utilize too, that has really been a helpful tool for you. And if you haven't, I highly recommend it. Okay, Navira, sometimes, me and her be going head to head, right? But Navira, you know what I'm saying? She been solid, right? So if you are somebody that is interested in something like that, I feel like it would really help you um organize yourself and balance certain things. Okay, so definitely tap into that energy, because I really do feel like whatever it is that you're working on is gaining momentum. Okay, because I'm hearing the train tracks, like I'm hearing it, like, the, like, how they throw the fire, because I'm spirit is showing me like a old like train, like like the Polar Express type train, like where they have to put charcoal. Is it charcoal, or where they have to feed it, right, with a flame? But whatever you have started has already ignited, and because it's ignited, it's like the momentum is just gonna keep, building up this like ball of fire, right? And if you think about energy when it comes to fire, fire is that passion, that, you know what I'm saying, like that inspiration, like fire energy. When you think about the wands, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying, like, who's that? Like, just the presence, the energy alone is standing, and that's you. You're somebody that's outstanding. I'm hearing you're a star. Some of you guys could be Aquarius, or Aquarius energy could be highly aspected in your chart. But you are somebody that is about to really enjoy the fruits of their labor. Okay, a lot of you have had to, again, really, nobody knows what it took for you to reach where you are today. Nobody understands what you needed to do in order to gain that contract. Nobody understands what shoes you needed to fill in order to gain that position. Nobody understands the type of healing you needed to do, or what required you to grow and elevate in order to receive what you got coming. Nobody knows that. Okay, for a lot of you, it's like you lived in a state of defense. It's like you always felt like you were paranoid. You were at a point where you at your wits ends with people. You were overwhelmed, and the reason why you felt like that is because you never felt like you had the resources. You never felt like you had the support from other people, so you had to move in that way. Because why? You were exhausted. And not saying that you're the type of person that, well, actually, you are the type of person that you don't ask for help. You don't ask for help. You struggle. You much rather struggle than to ask somebody for help, because you've asked people for help before, and they have either, denied, or they have not come through, and because of that, you just choose to move the way that you do. But I really do feel like this is something that you need to work through. Okay, this is something that you need to work through, because I feel like that energy was very disconnected. to who you are becoming. All right. We got the moon energy here. I feel like there's a lot of fear and anxiety as well that you've had to deal with, especially with all these overwhelming feelings and things going on in your life. I feel like for a lot of you, there is a need for you to really tap into your dreams. Excuse me, confirmation. There's a need for you to really tap into your dreams because there's something that is in your dreams that is trying to either some sort of information that's trying to download or attach to you, or I'm also seeing like, I don't know, I'm seeing kind of like a chain, but on the chain it's like a specific like a key or something. It looks like a key, but it don't look like a regular key. I don't know who some of you may come across a chain like this or you have a chain like this. Um oh, okay. Spirit is showing me a jewelry box. All right, Spirit is showing me a jewelry box, and in this jewelry box, it's like one of those ones that has um like a like a little dancer. Okay, it's a little dancer on it. Um, but I'm also seeing like one of those like horses on it too. So I don't know. I don't know. Something about that. Maybe there's something, a piece of jewelry in there, right? From a loved one, because I'm definitely feeling like this is a loved one who has passed. But something about that jewelry box, okay? Something about a necklace, a chain, or something. Um, I don't know. That might resonate with somebody. The ballerina dancer one, yeah, but I'm also seeing like one of those, like, when you go on a ferry, like a merry-go-round, and like the little porcelain horse. I'm seeing that too. Or maybe like a porcelain horse could be significant. But I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh yes. Is that you? There's something in there. I don't know. Spirit is pointed that out for me. Let me get one more. One more for the collective. And then I'm going into the paid readings. Yeah. There's a need for you right now, collective. I know that things have been very overwhelming, but look, all right, there is some changes that are about to take effect, okay, with the sun card at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of positivity coming your way, a lot of abundant energy. For some of you, there could be fertility, okay? Some of you may be expecting, and if you ain't trying to, then make sure you wrap it up. Okay? Make sure you wrap it up. Um, there's a need for you to really stand in this energy of renewal, okay? Because there are great things that are on the horizon, but there's a need for you to regroup and regenerate your energy in order to receive these blessings coming in, okay? That's what I'm hearing for you guys, collective. I pray that look at that, the Empress, as I was talking about pregnancy. Look, pregnancy in the air. That's a baby. That's a baby on her. I smell baby. I smell baby. I release the collective energy, spirit. Thank you so much for aligning me with the collective. We're going to tap in on the list now. All right, we're going to go into paid. I do have a Madison. If anybody else would like to tap in, now is the time. I am not going to be on for long. Madison, we're going to go ahead and tap in. So 15 will either be a spirit led. All right, so if you want to do spirit led, put S, or if you have a specific question that you would like clarity on, then put a Q. S or Q, Madison. S. Okay. And what is your zodiac, Madison? And if anybody else would like to join the list, let me know. Virgo, big Virgo. Okay, girl. Let's see what spirit has for you, my dear. Make sure your legs are not crossed and your feet are not crossed. I mean, your legs and your feet. Make sure your feet are not crossed and your arms are not crossed. All right, Spirit, we're going to tap in for Madison Virgo. For the highest good of all, when it comes to Madison Spirit, what is the current energy? What does she need to know, past, present, or future? For Madison Spirit, Madison Virgo, Holy Spirit, holy angels, align me with the energy. Madison Virgo. Madison Virgo Spirit. Let's see. This one flipped over, so I'm going to take it. We got heavy Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, sword energy. All right. So a lot of mental. Just a lot of mental stuff. You got a lot going on in your mind. And it could be pertaining to a boy. Okay. Just gonna say it like that. I feel like you're either trying to avoid conflict. Um you're either trying to avoid conflict with this person, or you're trying to respect the differences between each other. I do feel like you've already gone through the ringer when it comes to the male aspect. I'm just gonna say that because this is definitely giving male energy. But I feel like when it comes to men, you have been through a lot, especially mentally. And you're at the point where you've kind of already like accepted what happened, but it's still like it's like you're avoiding an end here. It's like you know that it's like you know you're clear, and for whatever reason, um you just stay in your head about it and you don't do anything. Um, this person's very hot and cold. Okay, they're very charming. Don't get me wrong, they're very charming. This person can be a bit impulsive too, right? Where out of nowhere they're like, you probably haven't heard from this person, and then out of nowhere they hit you up like nothing, right? Like nothing, and you're like over here like, boy, get off my line, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're like, you still have these toxic ways where you're gonna keep accepting what he's giving, and this person knows that. I just heard a big ass shake. This person knows that. Okay, this person knows that um they cause damage. This person knows, but for whatever reason they don't know how to take accountability. And if you approach this person, they may conversate about it, but I really feel like this person's just very immature. This person is very immature, and it's like you have no choice but to just um agree to disagree, just to make things just flow easy, natural. But this seems very much forced. Okay, seems very much forced, and I feel like it keeps you in a loop in your mind. Okay, I do feel like when it comes to connecting with people, you have a tendency of connecting with emotional unavailable people. Okay, emotional unavailable and available people. People like that are here to teach you about your self-worth. Okay. People like that are here to put you in a position where you finally walk away and put yourself first. Just gonna be honest. People like that come into your life to finally put an end. Okay, you know what? This cycle, I'm done. I'm over with. I'm not doing this anymore. I want to let this go. Okay, but what's happening here is I feel like somebody is an avoidant and somebody could be an anxious attachment. So you guys may have different styles. So this person may come off very avoidant, very dismissive. Um, this person may shut down and not open up. They want to know everything about you, or sometimes, because I feel like it's very finicky, this energy. One day they're about you, and the next it's like, damn, fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very giving much, doesn't know what he wants. And I think that this is a cycle that you need to break out of because um, I don't see it going anywhere. I don't see it going anywhere but tearing down. Um, I feel like by between between Cancer and Leo season. Okay, so excuse me. Between now and August. Thank you, mama. Between now and August, you're going to see the major shifts. And again, listen to the signs. If not, I'm telling you, the more you prolong it, God is going to force that person out your life. And it's not the way that you want. And it's going to humble you in every which way because you're going to be like, damn, I didn't think they would ever treat me like that. I didn't think this, I didn't think that. And that be the person that changed your life forever. So do what you will with this information, okay? If you want to book me to gain more insight or just clarity on anything else in your life, you're more than welcome to tap in with me privately, okay? Just send me a DM on Instagram. What's up, Albert? I don't have anybody else on the list, okay? You're welcome, Madison. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow me, okay? Thank you, Albert. Did anybody else want a reading? If not, I will be getting off. And those that would like to book me, definitely send me a message on Instagram and I'll send you the information. I do have bookings available this week, so if anybody would like to would like to book that, by all means. You too, Jenny. It's been a minute. Are you following the other platforms? No, it really has. Had to be sometime like last year. For sure. Okay, okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I don't see anybody else, so I'm gonna go ahead and release y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be live tomorrow. I'm not sure about the rest of the week, but I will keep you guys posted on my stories, okay? Thank you so much. My boyfriend got murdered, so I just been off social like that. Dang, girl, I'm so sorry to hear that. But you know the right one right here. If you ever want to tap in, I got you. I got you, girl. Love y'all. All right, YouTube. Who's on YouTube? I ain't seen now one comment on YouTube. What's up with that? What's up with that, beloveds? I don't see nobody. All right, y'all. Have a good night.